Okay, welcome back to Maths. I hope you had a great OLE week last week, and now we're back to your normal subjects. Not that online is normal learning for you, but we are back to your actual subjects this week. Due date reminder. A reminder, submission dates for Maths is always set to a Tuesday. You can submit any day prior to this, but the school has set a timetable to help you organise yourself with submission dates by subject to help with your workload. So remember that will be what's set for next week. Reminder of expected hours. You've also been given a timescale of what work you have to submit for Maths, and that is 2 hours. So the challenge here should not take more than that time. And if you do want additional work, then there are sheets provided, but they're purely optional. So welcome to Maths. You've got 2 learning intentions this week. To use a calculator, we're aiming to calculate a percent increase or decrease, also known as the rise or fall of an item, and find its new value. And then the second part is we're going to do the same process, but non-calculator mental skills. Okay. Prior knowledge we need for this is recap on calculating a percentage, which you have done the previous week. You need a calculator, whether you use your Chromebook, a phone, or an actual calculator, it doesn't matter. So let's just remind ourselves, percent means per 100. So if percent means per 100, 23% of 56 could be 23%. 23 per 100 means divide by 100. And of means times 56. Just put it all in the calculator, press equals, and then you should get your answer. Remember, if it's money, put a pound sign. 58% of 34 means you are 58%, so it's 58 you put in, and percent means divide by 100, and of 34 means times by 34. And then just press equals, and remember it was in kilograms, so give it in. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you need to go back to the previous week and go through that again, okay? Lesson 1, increase, decrease percent calculations. We are going to use a calculator, so make sure you've got one at hand. So find the sale price of this guitar. We can see the sale price is 30% off, so we're going to find 30% first. So that means it's 30 per 100, divide by 100 times 254. And this is what appears in your calculator, but remember it's money, so we need 2 decimal places, so make sure you put the 0 in. If the discount's 76.20, what's the value of the guitar? Well, to find the sale price, you start with what it was and take off your discount. So we have 254 and we take off our 30% of 76.20 and get your answer. And remember to have 2 decimals, don't write 0.8, write 0.80. You can then state what you find. In this one here, if the chair was 279 and you get 20% off, then let's say Nestland Antique Store having a sale, everything has a 20% off discount. The original price of 279, find the sale price of the chair. Well, 20% is 20 per 100. Then we get, again, 1 decimal place, so remember to put the extra 0 in because you're dealing with money. And then what is the sale price? Remember, start with the 279 and take off your discount and you've got your answer. So the sale price of the chair is 223.20. Okay, Emma wants to upgrade her phone. Highland Tech are offering a 12.5% discount for an upgrade. What would she have to pay if she decided to take this offer? So if she puts her phone back to the company, they'll give her some money off. So we're going to find 12.5%. We'll divide by 100 times by 176.99. And what you'll find is your calculator gives you a funny answer. You have to round it to the nearest penny. So that will be to £22.12. And then we are going to do the same. So the original price less the discount and get our answer. So just be careful, you might have to round it out. Okay, Melbourne estate agent is advertising a house valued at £184,000. The market's competitive and you're advised to offer 3% over the asking price. What should you offer to buy the house? Well, let's start with finding 3%. So we need an increase of 3%. So that's 3 per 100 times 184,000. And then we find our answer. This time we are trying to put money onto the price of the house. So your offer will be the house value and then plus the 3% above the asking price. So we will be adding and then we get our answer. It doesn't mean you're going to get the house, it just means that you've got a better chance if that's what they're suggesting for an offer. Okay, Amy works in Besco and earns £7.30 an hour. She's due a pay rise and thinks her hourly rate shall be £8 per hour. She receives a pay rise of 9%. Is she correct if she thinks she is going to get £8 an hour after her pay rise? So let's just check. The pay rise is 9%. So that's 9 divided by 100 times. What happens is you get a funny answer in your calculator. So to the nearest penny, what would you get an increase of? You'd get an increase of 66 pence. Keep it in pounds because you're going to collect it together. So our new hourly rate will be £7.30 plus the 9%, which comes in at £7.96. You were actually asked, is she correct? So she's due a pay rise and thinks her hourly rate will be £8 per hour. Is she right? She's close to it, but she's not right. Amy will be disappointed as she shall earn £7.96 per hour, which is 4 pence less per hour than what she expected. Okay. So your increase decrease calculations, what you're going to do is find the percent, and if it's an increase or a rise, you're going to add it on, and if it's a decrease or a fall, you're going to subtract it off. Now you can use a calculator and try task 1. It is a write-on sheet from Google Docs that I have put little headings and you put in all your numbers, okay? Enjoy.